Each and every year, we become more, not less, addicted to oil, a 19th century fossil fuel that is dirty, dwindling, and dangerously expensive.
A study out today says Alberta's oil sands operations are poisoning the air, land, and water of the province's north.
Tainted water leaked from an oil sands plant into the Athabasca River was kept secret for months. The opposition released a report today saying the leak from Suncor's wastewater pond happened last fall and that residents downstream were not told about it until 2 weeks ago.
Me and all my friends, we're all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing.
$120 billion has been invested in tar sands development over the last 12 years. The Canadian reserves hold up to 173 billion barrels of recoverable crude oil, second only to Saudi Arabia. Tar sands production uses enough natural gas to heat 3 million homes and spews out as much greenhouse gas in a day as 1.34 million cars.
Americans don't know is that for the last 7 years, Canada has been the #1 supplier of oil to the United States. We've replaced Saudi Arabia. We are the new Saudi Arabia.
Now we see everything that's going wrong with the world and those who lead it.
Now, what we have is a government that is basically industry's best friend, and they will not lift a finger that will do anything to harm industry in any way.
Digging the bitumen out of the ground, squeezing the oil and converting it into synthetic crude is a monumental challenge. It requires vast amounts of capital, Brobdingnagian technology, and an array of skilled workers. In short, it is an enterprise of epic proportions, akin to building the pyramids or China's
Like we don't have the means to rise above and beat it, so we keep waiting on the world to change.
Carbon emissions from coal-fired electricity in the United States are 40 times the emissions of the oil sands.
Am I proud of this industry? You bet. It's a world leader. We just need to make it better. But I don't take lessons.
We keep on waiting on the world to change.
Even in the heart of the recession, the oil sands was spinning in the order of $20 billion a year into the Canadian economy. At that level, you will have employment in Canada dependent on oil sands of about 450,000 people. The oil sands are key to the Canadian economy.
It's hard to be persistent when we're standing at a distance, so we keep waiting.
Production is going to quadruple over the next 20 years or so. The tar sands are a very interesting example of end-to-end environmental degradation, whether it be excess use of water, whether it be toxic sludge that's out there affecting ecosystems, or whether it be greenhouse gases.
On the world to change. Now if we had the power to bring our neighbors home from war, they would have never missed a Christmas. No more ribbons on their door. When you trust your television.
The community relies heavily on traditional foods here. If the water is affected and the animals are drawn to the water to survive, and it could be within the traditional food.
A string of waterfowl and other birds dying on these tailings ponds all the time. Fish and Wildlife have reported that animals as big as moose drink from these tailings ponds, so you're definitely not keeping the wildlife in those surrounding areas safe.
One of the key problems with the fracking process is its reliance upon huge volumes of water that are combined with an array of harmful chemicals. Carolyn Knapp is an organic farmer.
I don't believe that they should be allowed to put chemicals into my ground, chemicals that are not allowed by my certification to be put in the ground, chemicals that I feel can do harm to my family, to the people around me. And I don't feel,
basically saying if we keep on the business as usual scenario, we're going to have food security issues both globally and regionally. We're going to have species extinction. We're going to threaten ecosystems coming from. These are not environmental groups. These are not radicals out there. These are conservative mainstream bodies basically warning us that if we don't do something different and take action, there's going to be catastrophic consequences, not just to the environment, but actually to the economy as well.
Hydraulic fracturing set to expand across Europe in the coming years, how governments respond to this new technology will be crucial. But the lure of a new domestic energy source and the promise of jobs in regions starved of investment may prove too powerful a combination to oppose.
What you get is what you got, 'cause when they own the information, oh, they can bend it all they want.
Look at these brands. We all know these brands: Google, Walmart, Starbucks, Facebook. These companies have all committed to 100% renewables, to go 100% renewable, some of them by 2020, some by different dates. They also are putting their money where their mouth is. So, various of them, some are investing $1 billion in renewables, et cetera. And I bring this up because there's a social culture around change as well. So one is you're seeing big money, you're seeing China, countries going into it. But when these kinds of companies start investing in it, they're doing it because this is what the public wants.
Well, for example, the Chinese would like to have all areas of advanced technologies to make their energy use more efficient. Okay, the coal is one. The fossil fuel of other areas, oil and gas usage, is another. Canada not only produce a lot of oil and gas, we also have sophisticated technologies in using these fossil fuels in a more efficient manner, including coal. If we can collaborate further on a large scale with the Chinese researchers, this will lead to probably reduced cost, affordable, clean energy usage, even on the fossil fuel.